Yo guys, what's going on? It's Acez here today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the newest update from Battlestate Games. It was about a 4.5, 5 hour update last night, or this morning, I should say, and it basically changed how servers work entirely here for Tarkov. And honestly, I don't really think it's a good thing, and I'll talk about why. But some players are really happy about this. And honestly, I don't know all the ins and outs, and honestly, I can't think straight right now because I am extremely sick. So you guys are going to have to bear with me in the video here today. Just talking fucking hurts. Like, my throat is just shot, and your boy's just sick. It is what it is. So, yeah, we're going to hop into this one. Make sure you leave it a like, subscribe. Content's going to be kind of put on hold till I'm feeling a little bit better. Hopefully, there's no major Tarkov stuff. There is. I don't mind making a 4-minute video for you guys, but other than that, man, I'm probably cooked. We released that podcast, though, and that was recorded 2 days ago, and I wasn't sick then, so if you want longer content from me, there's like a 50-some minute podcast, so you can check that out. But here's the new server selection. So you can see I have the launcher up, change server, and this is what you see now. It used to be you could pick whatever city you wanted to bump off of, and I don't know what it was for. Like for other countries, like I think if you're in Russia, you could go to like a St. Petersburg and some other stuff. But now it is all like centralized locations. Like I used to be on Miami, I used to be on DC, Chicago, New York. What were some of the other ones I was pinging off of? I think Houston was one down in Texas. You know, anything that was like middle to east US I was on. And now I don't have all those options, and that's actually a pretty big red flag, but we'll talk about why Battlestate Games might have done this. Now, there's some players who are saying this is going to be better at combating cheaters, but I actually kind of disagree. I think you're going to have more cheaters on the same servers now, because, you know, you could ping off other cities, and if you wanted to play on the West Coast, if you lived on the East Coast, you could. And then when West Coast got bad, you could bump back to East, and you could always change servers when you had a cheater in your lobby, so you don't run into them again. If you're playing the same map, trying to do whatever, you don't want to run into cheaters, right? So you could just change your server. Now it's going to be a little bit tougher, but the kind of caveat to that is, like, if you have a lot of cheaters playing over in Europe and they're playing in the US, like on US servers, now this isn't really talking about VPN or anything, but anybody in Europe or, you know, China or India, whatever, playing on North American servers to cheat, they really kind of can't now because of ping locks, I believe. So, you know, there is a good and bad with that. But if there are US cheaters playing on the, you know, Eastern servers, where are you going to go? You know, like, are you going to sacrifice playing on 35 ping to go the whole way up to 52 because you know, are getting cheated on? Meh. You know, it's kind of ass, but it is what it is. You don't really have an option now. So that's the first thing, mainly about the cheating. Another big thing is now stream sniping could be a lot more relevant, because I know there is like paid discords and all this other weird shit that people just go and stream snipe. Like, that's their job. It's their actual job to stream snipe. Like, people pay them to stream snipe. So it's going to be easier. I mean, a lot of your content creators live in the US. I mean, you have a pretty significant amount of content creators who are over in Russia. Then you have a lot of them in the US, and you have some that are here and there, spread out through Europe and everywhere else. You know, Pest is in Australia, bunch of stuff like this. But at the end of the day, a pretty significant amount of your content creators are going to be playing from, you know, either Russia or Europe or North America. And it's like, if you know what server they're on, it's one click, you're on that server, and then you are ready to stream snipe. You just got to get lucky. You got to watch watch their stream. So that's going to be really interesting to see what happens with that. I'm hoping that, you know, since there's going to be a lot more population on one server, that stream sniping is going to become less relevant, because it's just going to be almost impossible, you know, with only 8 players loading into a raid. But the next thing I wanted to talk about was, for people like Pastilli, he doesn't have a server. And it's like, you know, New Zealand, Australia, these guys got shafted, dude. Like, where are they supposed to play? Like, they don't have an Australian server. And I've seen some tweets that these guys have like 180 ping on every single server. They don't have a playable server. 180 ping is not playable for Escape from Tarkov. It's just not playable. So, you know, Battlestate Games has essentially ruined the game entirely for some players, because they don't have a server now. They just don't have a server that works for them. And that's really unfortunate that piece of the player base might miss Streets of Tarkov in 0.13. So that needs to be addressed. They need to add some servers or something for players who don't have a server to play on. And I'm sure I'm missing another reason, but I'm not thinking the straightest right now because I'm sick. I'm trying to remember what the other thing was, but this change in general, I don't think was needed. I think it's a classic case of if it's not broken, don't fix it. And I don't think it was broken. Oh, the other thing was I think Battlestate Games did this to avoid dead raids. And not just dead raids for PvP, but loot raids. Like, I could load into labs sometimes, and I would never see anybody. I mean, I could loot the entire map, kill as many raiders as I want, and I would never see a soul. Not a single extract would light up, nothing. So I think it was not only to avoid dead raids for looters, but at the same time, dead raids in general, so you can't do task, or you're trying to get a task done, regardless. They want PMCs in the lobby. And if this was a main change for dead raids and not for anything else, then that's just more pushback against SPM. I mean, it just tells me we're not ever going to get SPM at this point. So many players are asking for it now that I'm bringing attention to it. Like, my comment section is pretty fucking aware now of SPM, and just, more people want it. It is what it is. More people get put on, more people understand what the concept is, and more people want it. So we'll see, man. My voice is shot. I think we're just going to wrap it up here. If I missed anything, I'm sorry, but this was pretty much what that update was. It was kind of just a server migration and doing all this. So make sure you leave a like, subscribe, sponsor, and equipment description below. It's going to be it for me. Thank you for watching. I'm out.